The silent language of attraction. When it comes to attraction, words often come second. Long before someone opens their mouth, their body language can reveal their interest or lack of it. For men, understanding these subtle nonverbal cues is not just a dating advantage, it's a social intelligence skill that can make interactions more natural, respectful, and mutually enjoyable. Women rarely walk up to a man and initiate conversation directly. Even confident women often prefer to use signals that invite you to approach, giving you the opportunity to take the lead. The ability to notice and interpret these signals correctly is what separates men who have smooth, effortless interactions from those who misread the room. Here are the 5 most reliable body language signs a woman wants you to approach her, plus how to avoid embarrassing misreads. 1. The repeated glance. What it looks like: she looks at you, looks away, and then looks back again, sometimes multiple times. The psychology. This is a classic form of indirect invitation. Most women don't want to risk outright rejection or be seen as chasing. Instead, they create a loop of fleeting glances to pique your curiosity. This behavior is rooted in evolutionary social dynamics. Women historically signaled interest subtly to encourage men to initiate contact without exposing themselves to public rejection. How to read it correctly. One glance means nothing. It could be accidental. 2 or more glances, especially within a short time frame, strongly suggest interest. If she pairs it with a small smile or head tilt, she's almost certainly open to being approached. 1. Sustained or flirty eye contact. What it looks like: she meets your eyes directly, holds your gaze for a moment, and then looks away, sometimes with a slight smile. The psychology. Eye contact is one of the most primal signals of human connection. When a woman locks eyes with you and doesn't immediately break it, she's signaling openness and confidence. For more reserved women, the look, smile, look away technique is a safer, less vulnerable way of expressing attraction. How to read it correctly. Quick eye contact paired with multiple glances equals strong interest. If she maintains eye contact longer than 2 seconds in a social setting, it's an invitation to engage. Avoid staring contests. Approach within a reasonable window so the signal doesn't fade. 1. The smile with context. What it looks like: a genuine smile directed toward you, often following a glance or eye contact. The psychology. Smiling is universal for friendliness, but in a romantic context, the key is contextual layering. A smile, combined with prior interest cues, eye contact, glances, or physical orientation, transforms a polite gesture into a clear approach invitation. How to read it correctly. A random smile in passing may be politeness. A smile plus direct eye contact, especially if repeated, is usually interest. A slight, knowing smirk after eye contact is often flirtation. 1. Hair touching or self-grooming. What it looks like: she plays with her hair, tucks it behind her ear, or adjusts her appearance while glancing in your direction. The psychology. This is part of the preening category of body language. Unconscious behaviors meant to enhance attractiveness. Women often do this subconsciously when nervous, intrigued, or wanting to draw attention to themselves. How to read it correctly. Look for synchronization with other signs. Hair twirling alone doesn't mean interest. If she adjusts her hair while making eye contact or smiling, it's usually a subconscious "look at me" signal. If she faces you while doing it, the interest is even stronger. 1. Moving closer to you. What it looks like, she physically changes her position to be nearer to you, closing the gap, standing near your path, or joining your side at the bar. The psychology. Proximity is one of the most reliable nonverbal indicators of attraction. When a woman chooses to enter your personal space without necessity, she's lowering the social barrier between you, creating the opportunity for conversation. How to read it correctly. If she ends up close to you without a clear reason, like ordering a drink she already has, it's often deliberate. Pay attention to her group dynamics. Sometimes friends escort her closer to make your approach easier. If once approached, her body and feet are oriented toward you, that's a green light to continue. Bonus cues you shouldn't ignore. She initiates conversation, even casually. If she comes up to you, compliments something you're wearing, or asks a question, the odds of her being interested are extremely high. Engagement through body orientation. Facing you fully with open posture means she's receptive. If she stays turned away with only her head facing you, she's likely just being polite. Avoiding misreads. Many men embarrass themselves by acting on a single, isolated signal. Interest is usually shown in clusters, 2 or 3 cues together. For example, repeated glance plus smile equals likely interest. Hair touch plus proximity plus eye contact equals strong signal to approach. Approaching based on one cue alone, like a single smile, can lead to awkward moments. Be patient, read the cluster, then move confidently. Final thought. Body language is a silent conversation. Women often speak volumes without saying a word, but you need to be fluent in that language too. Hear it. By watching for these subtle but consistent signals, you'll know when to take action, approach respectfully, and create a positive interaction for both of you.